recently, I lived in Paris. I was getting my undergraduate degree. So I spent 4 years in Paris. When you live somewhere, no matter how fantastic and medieval it is, you take it for granted. And you don't think that I should go to the Louvre because I might not be here soon. And I decided that I wanted to get my master's in America because the education's better here. So as I was leaving, I realized that everything that I was doing was going to be my last chance to do it. It was going to be my last chance to see the museums or go to the top of the Eiffel Tower. And it was also going to be my last chance to take my roommate, Wakayu, up on her offer to go see the Catacombs with her and her friends. For those of you who've been to Paris, there is a national museum called the Catacombs, which are the exhumed bones from the mass graves that have been put underground. And you can go see them. There's a tour, and they stack them up like hearts and butterflies. But for those of you in the know, the catacombs are not just in this area that the state government lets you see. They're all over Paris. The entire city of Paris is on top of catacombs, miles of catacombs that were built in the 1800s. To access them, you have to pick up a manhole and go down into the sewers and go through some of the secret doors. It's illegal, apparently, to pick up a manhole and go down into the sewers, but that doesn't stop French people from doing it. So a friend of my roommates had a friend who his hobby was going into the catacombs, and he would spend weeks in the catacombs. There's like groups of people who just hang out there. They have rooms put aside where they can have social events underneath Paris. And she offered to take me. The thing is that they always left around midnight because it's illegal to go into manholes, so you wanted to not have anybody see you go down the manhole. I'm the type of person who likes to be home by midnight, so thinking about going out at midnight put me off, but I thought to myself, I'm leaving in a few months, this is my last chance to go see the underbelly of Paris. So I went with Wakayu and her friend Arthur and Remy, our leader, and we climbed down the manhole. And there's no light, obviously, underground, and it was the longest climb I've ever felt, and it's these steel poles that your hands are slipping, it's sweaty, it's freezing outside, but it's 14 degrees Celsius on the ground, it's very comfortable. So and as you're going, your hands are condensing, you think you're going to slip, and then finally you hit the bottom. And there's water, because you're in the sewer. It's fresh water, though, coming up from the aquifers. And we entered with our flashlights into this place where there's a Christmas tree, because the people, it was February, and the people who have their social events downstairs decided to have a Christmas party. So there's a big Christmas tree, and we sat around drinking, because when you go into the catacombs, you bring bottles of whiskey. Drinking and smoking, and we decided that we were going to explore. So we went through these, it was a maze, it was a labyrinth of underground tunnels, and at one point, our leader, Remy, who we all thought knew his way, turned around and said, "Stay here, I'm going to figure out where we are." So a bunch of us, we were sitting there, we turned off our flashlights because we didn't want to waste the batteries in case we never found where we were. Waited for Remy to come back. We waited about 45 minutes, and he came back and he said, "Okay, I think I know." And we were like, okay, so we followed him. Eventually, he did get us out of the catacombs. He took us first to an area that was a big pit of bones. Just dead, there's skulls, there's femurs, there's humeruses. We sat on dead people, drank some more. We thought it was hilarious. Regained ourselves, and we ended up exiting the catacombs after being lost, getting wet and dirty, sitting on dead people, and being rather joyous and drunk. And as we left the catacombs, and we surfaced in the streets of Paris, soaking wet in the middle of February, I realized that I still was wearing my pearl necklace that my mother had given me. And this entire underground experience my last chance to experience this part of Paris that not many people get was probably also the classiest experience of my life. Thank you.